The last time the Academy recognized a stuntman was back in 1967 when Yakimi Kanut was awarded an award for his work as a stuntman. Since then, there has been a lot of honorary awards and a lot of little achievements given to stuntmen, but there has never been an Academy Award for the stunt people. Hi, my name is Alex. I've been in the film industry for 10 plus years, and today I want to talk to you guys about how important the Fall Guy is for the film industry and for stuntmen particularly. So fun fact, I was actually a stunt person one time on an episode of Quantico, and I had to walk in front of a moving bus, and that was considered a stunt. And interestingly, as a stunt person, you are paid a little bit extra because you're technically putting your life at risk, even though really, in my scenario, there really wasn't any risk. The reason I bring this all up was not just to toot my own horn, was because I wanted to really show you that the film industry really does understand the fact that stunt people are really valuable and that they are really putting something at risk every time that they do a stunt. Actual stunt people, unlike me, actually take time and practice and know how to properly fall, roll, and make sure that they put themselves in the best scenario to not hurt themselves. The stunt community has put their lives at risk for years and years and years with very little recognition, and that's what I really want to talk about today. It's been a really hot topic recently about how the Academy hasn't recognized stunt people and barely recognized them at each show every year, and the reason it's grown in conversation is because recently they added a brand new award about achievement in casting. This news really did piss off a lot of people because they really were unhappy at the fact that if you're going to give a new award out, why not for stunt people? It's about time that they get the proper recognition that they deserve. So how does the Fall Guy play into all of this? When I heard about the premise of this film and the way that it was being portrayed, I knew that it was going to be very important for people to understand. This movie does exactly what Barbie did last year. It takes a very simplistic idea, very fun and entertaining for people to watch, but if you just sit there and dig a little deeper, you'll find more meaning behind the movie. And for this movie, it's really talking about the stunt people. In fact, at one point in the movie, one of the characters goes, "Oh, you do stunts, you're crazy, well, yada yada," and he basically says, "Do they give Oscars out for that?" And he goes, "No, they don't." It's a direct call to the Academy to say, "Hey, it's time." There's a lot of documentaries and pieces out there that talk about stunts, and they're like, "Hey, we should be giving Oscars out," but there really hasn't been a full-fledged featured film directly addressing the issue and talking about it in full. And it's a great timing for the movie, too. It's right after the Oscars, and it gives the Academy time to really think about it and maybe give us an Oscar for the stunt people. Spoilers ahead, but this needs to be said. The beginning of the movie starts with Colt, our main character, played by the amazing Ryan Gosling. He does one last stunt, and he actually hurts himself pretty damn bad, and he's out for a year. This sort of introduction that really shows you the risk that goes into being a stunt person. I think that's a part of the world of film that I think people kind of forget. Yes, they are really well prepared and they do everything they can to make sure that they don't get hurt. There's a lot of precautions, especially modern filmmaking. There's a lot of stuff, especially because of liability. But it doesn't matter because at the end of the day, there's a chance that you really do get hurt. So let's talk about Jackie Chan, a guy who put his body on the line for the entertainment of people. He has broken many, many bones, and he has done it all prior to this modern era of filmmaking and stunts. I mean, how many times have we heard Tom Cruise broke this, Tom Cruise bent this, whatever? But there's still something about going into a stunt, knowing that you are going to throw yourself through a window, or you're going to jump off this, or you're going to drive through that. There is still that part of the brain that is the human survival that okay, I have to overcome that. Imagine that as your job, you constantly have to overcome the potential of hurting yourself or even death. These are the things that the Academy really needs to understand and give awards for. When we heard there's going to be a new award in the Academy and it wasn't for stunts, everybody was thinking, why? How? It really makes you wonder why the Academy refuses to recognize such an important role. There's so much that goes into stunt work that people really just need to understand. This is a really basic review of how stunts are done. If you want a really good idea of what goes into work of stunt people and what they do to get ready for a role, look at Corridor Digital. They have an amazing series talking with other stunt coordinators and workers, and it's just an amazing look into what actually goes through this. Listen, there's so much I can say about this. I can ramble for days and days and days about it, but I'm really happy this movie was made. I hope that it finally changes the perspective of the Academy. It's funny, this video isn't directed at you guys because I know that you guys understand how important stunt people are, but the Academy, on the other hand, the people who should know more than us, don't seem to get the fact that stunt workers are the most important part of the film industry. I'll say it. They really are. Because without them, a lot of what we do wouldn't happen. And in fact, there's a part of me that feels like if we didn't have these stunt workers, we'd have probably the worst CGI ever to be made. Somebody's got to throw themselves through a window. Somebody's got to throw themselves off a building. And we are thankful and grateful for the stunt workers out there. So thank you so much for everything you do. So anyways, that's my 2 cents on it. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you want to see a full review of The Fall Guy and want to, me to talk about how amazing Ryan Gosling is in this, I mean, he just got free range to just be him. It's really fun. It's a great movie. I loved it a lot. It's probably my second favorite movie this year other than Dune Part 2. It's a great movie. So go watch it if you haven't already. And we'll see you soon. Subscribe if you're new. And have a good one.